Hey guys, and welcome to the unboxing of the Zhiyun Crane version 2. Try it again. Alright, so here we have the box. First thing you guys can see is that the box itself is different from previous versions. For instance, here on the back side, you have the symbols that tell you it's compatible with most cameras. Has camera control capabilities, unlimited 360 rotation, and a 4-way stepless joystick. It also lists the back all the accessories that come with the contents of the box, and of course the gimbal here, along with the very nice, looks like a Sony camera. So let's get to it. Here is the unboxing. So we're gonna go ahead and lean it forward for you guys here and take off these little bits. 1 and 2, opening it up, and here we go. The good stuff is here. So nice box, fits pretty securely over the plastic hard shell. So far so good. The item looks like a pretty durable, pretty strong hard shell, almost like a Pelican type case. Nice little metal rod in between the plastic hinge there, and let's flip this over. We got ourselves a latch system. Now the whole box itself is pretty much plastic, except for the that rear hinge element. But these levers are pretty tight. Seems like it'll hold pretty secure. And inside we got foam. We'll see first here the instruction manual, version 1.1. This is actually the very first gimbal I've ever purchased, so I'm not sure if it is an older manual with the new one. I'll have to check it out later and give you guys a full review at a later point. But it looks to match up with what we have here, so I'm gonna say it goes well with the device. So we have here the, looks like camera mounts and the lens mount. I don't know if these are plastic. They feel very light. They don't feel very metal-like. So probably some of the case type plastic, I guess. This is a metal mount here as well. This is for the lens to kind of hold it up if you have a longer, heavier lens with a nice little rubber padding there. Here is the charger, the official Zhiyun charger. Of course, we got the nice little quality control sticker. And let's see, next we got the handle. This is the lower part where the battery goes in. Now this is thicker than I've seen from the previous model. And here you also have the tripod mount as well. It's a full metal casing. Feels pretty solid. Albeit maybe a little thin, but pretty good. Here's a USB cable, standard type A to micro USB, and the silicone packs. Keep those in there to keep it nice and dry. And here we got the batteries. All right, these are the thicker batteries. One of the big differences between this version and the previous version is that these actually have larger capacity batteries. Let me see if I can focus here for you guys. As best I can do. So here you go, guys. As you can see, these have the larger battery. So if you do have extra for your previous version, unfortunately they will not fit into this one, as the grip itself is not designed for the previous version of batteries. So now we have here your gimbal. Now, I'm not too familiar with the previous version, but this one here seems pretty solid. The rest of the contact material looks pretty well made. Nice and metallic. You got some padding here, rubber stops kind of to hold everything in place securely. You got some measuring there as well. So it looks like when you set up your cameras, you can kind of write down, maybe if you want to take notes of what you have. It'll make it easier to set up new systems, different cameras, whatever devices you decide to put on here. Looks like the mounts themselves are pretty easy to move, pretty easy to set up. Looks like once we get down to it, it might be something pretty snappy. Nice little logo there. Don't know what it means, but I'm sure it's probably something pretty epic, like skadoosh. So here's the also the new control panel, I guess. You have a 4-way joystick. You got the mode buttons. You got the indicator for the LED and the battery. There's a contact for the battery down at the bottom there. But you got yourself a pretty solid device. I think for $650, it's a pretty darn good deal. That comes with a great case, gimbal, and instructions to get you started. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys a little bit closer view here at the control panel you have in front of you. This is kind of how you're going to control the device by changing it through different modes. Looks like you have here the little... Hold on, let me put this all together first. Give you guys a better picture how it looks and how it feels. Yeah, so the bottom grip itself is metal, but if you've ever worked with Chinese products, you notice it tends to be a little bit on the thin side. So just be careful when you twist everything on, when you connect all the pieces, to make sure you don't force anything in there. It's built great, but it is kind of thin. So here we go back to the control panel. You have yourself the joystick, pretty, I wouldn't say completely smooth, completely without its hiccups there, but you could, with some pressure, you can move it in the directions it provides. Mode button's pretty solid. The buttons themselves move pretty good. Here's the what looks to be the focusing button here as well. So controls themselves are nice. Seems pretty solid, but does require a little bit of force to move the joystick there. So keep that in mind. Here's your micro USB port to use it to connect to your devices to upgrade the firmware. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and take it all apart and put it back into the case. Let's see how easy this part is. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew the grip. Battery fits nice and snug in there. So we're going to go and put that in first. Here you go. Put that aside. Both batteries fit nice and easy in there. There's a charger, looks like it. This one doesn't fit quite as seamlessly as the other parts, but it's foam, it'll fit. There you go, there's the lens component. Here are the little screws to mount the device, or your cameras. And putting the crane back in, here we go, and like a glove. Not bad, pretty easy. Lock it back up. Safe and secure. Gotta get the instruction manual. There you go, and we're all set. Great. So if you guys have any questions or any components or any kind of construction of it you want to me to take a closer look at and preview for you guys, just let me know down in the comments below. I'll go ahead and pull it out again and take a look at whatever you guys are asking for. So one thing I do want to go over, guys, is what you actually see, or how you can tell that you have the most recent version as opposed to the older version. Well, when you look at the box itself, you're going to notice one thing, is that the newer box has a camera pointing to the right, whereas the older box, let me show you to here, has a camera pointing to the left. So that's one quick and easy way to see which one you have. Also, the older box has the different features on the very front of the box itself. And the newer box has a picture of the camera on its own on top of the gimbal with some fancy Zhiyun crane writing, and the back has all the features, components, and everything else that comes inside the box. Again, looking at the items themselves, once you open up the case and you look inside, you will notice the control panel is different. You have the joystick, you have the mode button, you have the LED light, all that stuff is on the thumb side of the handle. So keep that in mind. If you happen to buy this device thinking you're getting the latest version, take a look at those different points and see if they match up. If they do, you're good to go. If not, you might want to reconsider where you got it from, send it back asking for the latest version. But it's really up to you. I haven't tested the previous one and this one to know which one would actually be the better unit. Sometimes it does come across as the old one works. Sometimes the newer versions require some firmware upgrades to get them up and running properly. So that's it, guys. Feel free to leave a comment below, any questions, concerns, and I will reply back as soon as I can. Have a great day. Bye.